Hello and welcome to Tarot School for Beginners. I have read tarot consistently for well over 6 years now, so this is my advice to you if you are just starting out. This is how I would do it if I started off all over again. So for resources, you will need a tarot deck and a tarot book. I would suggest that you start by learning the Rider-Waite Smith system because it is the most accessible one, the easiest to learn, and it is also the system that most decks are based on. It is also very straightforward to the point, where it gives very clear, concise answers, which is easier to interpret when you are just starting out. Because what you will find out when you start venturing out with different kinds of decks is that each and every deck has its own voice and language and different ways that it will speak to you and give answers to your questions. So one deck might be more so comforting and nurturing, or it can be giving you hard lessons, it can be telling you stories, or giving you answers through riddles. So it's easier to start with a deck that is very clear and very straight to the point, like this one. And now you can experiment with other decks to just try out the experience. But what that will do is mostly give you an understanding of that specific deck. Even though most decks are based on Rider-Waite Smith, they still have their own flavor. So if you are into learning the system, use the Rider-Waite Smith deck and use a traditional edition. I know that there are black and gold editions and rainbow colored editions, but it is important that you choose a traditional one because the coloring matters when it comes to understanding the meaning and symbolism in the card depictions. And there are variations of these traditional ones. This is the Waite-Smith Borderless edition. And there are also universal weight and radiant weight, where the colors are the same, but the tonalities are a bit slightly different. But that doesn't really matter for you to understand the symbolism. And so you will also need a book. I would recommend that you get this one. This is my recommendation, The Ultimate Guide to Tarot. And I recommend this because it gives you a very easy and clear breakdown of everything that you need to know about the structure of tarot and of each card. And it also provides different meanings for the most common type of readings that you do: career, money, relationships, and home. So that is why I recommend that. And I can give you a breakdown, a further breakdown of this book specifically, if you would like me to in another video. Just let me know if that's the case. So that book has great card meanings, but not the best that I have experienced. So the best card meanings, in my opinion, of what I have read, is in this book, Holistic Tarot. It is thick, okay? So, but if you know that you are enjoying the journey with tarot, you like studying, and you want to make the investments, make an investment, get both of these. And you can use this primarily as a reference book, and when you are well into your way with tarot, you can read the rest. So when you have your tarot deck and your tarot book, what you will do is to devote some time to read the book from cover to cover and to get to know the tarot deck by looking at the images, looking it through card by card, trying on some different ways of shuffling, see what fits you best, and also trying out different ways to pick out a card as well. Just getting familiar and comfortable with handling the cards and getting acquainted with the images. Then what you will do is to do daily draws. And that might sound a bit daunting, but it is necessary because you have to practice with consistency in order to learn a new skill. Everyone who has learned a new skill will tell you that. And your success depends on your consistency with practicing and reflecting on your practice. So there's no way around it. So if you need to learn something new, you have to put some effort into it. So how you will do this is that you will pull out your tarot deck in the morning. Get up 15 minutes earlier. Pull out your deck, shuffle the cards, and ask, what do I need to know about this day? Very simple. Then pick one card, just one. Take a look at the imagery. Pull out your book, and if you are tight on time, just read the keyword meaning of the card. If you have a little bit more time on hand, read the divinatory meaning as well, and write it down in a notebook or a journal. Then what you will do at the end of the day in the evening is to read through the whole chapter of that card to really get a deeper understanding of the card, and then do some reflection on what happened during that day and how it ties into the card meanings or even the card imagery, because especially this deck likes to speak through the images in a very concrete way as well. So I actually have an example for that. So one day I drew the 10 of Wands, and later that day I had a blonde male come to my house to deliver a bouquet of flowers to me. And you can reflect on what happened. Perhaps there was some inner processes that you went through in your mind. Perhaps it was some outward event. However, it ties into the card and the card meanings. And write that down. Write down the insights that you have about the connection of your day between the day that you have and the card meaning. And preferably write it down in a way, in a space where you can reference it later. So, for example, I have a ring binder where I have collected all of my notes for each card. So it's easy to find every card meaning in this way. And it's also easy to build up new knowledge. You are just adding pages to the space that you have the card meaning. Now what this will do, these daily draws, is to give you not just the consistent practice, but also a deep felt knowing, an understanding of the card and the card meanings that is through experience. And that is something completely different than just reading about the card meaning in a textbook. And what you will notice as well is that you will develop some card meanings on your own for each and every card. So I have an example of this for this as well. So for example, the card of Five of Pentacles, the key meanings are usually of lack, material lack. And I have written down my own meanings of release attachments and let go for now. It will return to you. So you will build up your own library of card meanings as well, if they are easy to find. So when you're doing this reflection, try to make as many connections as you can beside the card meanings. So do you see common themes? For example, let's say the 10 of Cups. Were there any significance to the number 10 from your day? Or the element of water, the Suit of Cups, how did that affect your day? And the elemental meanings are described here as well. So was it a more emotional, deep felt experience, more inward, more intuitive? Perhaps you were meeting people that looked like this, or you were in a landscape that looked like this. Anything that you can come up with. And also the planetary and astrological correspondences. Look for that as well. So for example, the Judgment card, which is connected to Pluto. What can you see about transformation throughout your day? Or did you meet someone with heavy Scorpio influences this day? So make as many connections as you can during these daily draws, and you will build a stronger, deeper understanding. And when you get acquainted with this, what you will want to do is to begin doing readings for others ASAP, as soon as possible. And this doesn't have to be with people that are interested in tarot. They just have to say yes to your proposal of doing readings for them. So you will do free readings for family or friends, or perhaps groups, Facebook groups that are specifically for beginning to learn tarot, where the space feels safe for you to share and do such readings. And what you will preferably do, you will state that this is just an exercise and suggest that the topic is something that is lighthearted. And preferably do a reading for something that gives you instant feedback. So for example, perhaps your sibling was on a date last night and they haven't told you yet how it went. You can do a reading about that date. See what connections you can make with the cards that you get. You don't have to have specific spreads. You can do just one pull or two cards. And just look up the card meanings, say what you see, and if that person is telling you something else about the experience, add that to your understanding of the card. And this is how we make adjustments. And be okay with making mistakes in the beginning. That's a part of it. You are not perfect to begin with when it comes to learning something new. Be okay with that, and be okay with that sometimes the readings are not just completely correct and on the point. And that is why we are prefacing doing these readings with "I'm practicing." and let's do this for fun and using light-hearted topics to begin with. And as you are progressing, you can do more and more advanced things. And what you can start do now as well is to do 3 card readings for past, present, future situations as well for yourself or for different areas of your life. So continue to expand as well. And I think that this is where we will stop with this video, because now you have enough with you to start your journey. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. And I hope to see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.